Hey everybody, Tony Mejia here from SportsMemo.com. Welcome in to the Wager Talk TV YouTube channel. We're going to be talking a little WNBA for Tuesday, where there's a 3-game card, and we've got one of the late games with the Los Angeles Sparks visiting the Seattle Storm. Storm come in at 7-4, both straight up and against the spread, and the Sparks are 4-7, 4-6-1 against the number, but are on a 2-game win streak, which includes a stunning upset of the Las Vegas Aces. So they're playing well, and they're going to be getting back one of their better players, although not tonight, but Zura Stevens, a very versatile center forward who's going to be playing right next to Cameron Brink, and Dearica Hamby will be in the mix soon. She's already warming up with the team and working out, and that's only going to benefit this squad. The Sparks are really going to be a threat down the second half of the season. They added Rickea Jackson as a lottery pick, and obviously Brink was the number 2 pick behind Caitlin Clark, and both have been much better after getting their feet wet in the league. So it's an improving squad, but they're back out on the road here against Seattle. First meeting of the season between Seattle and Los Angeles. And any WNBA fan will tell you that their first thought when discussing this matchup is going to be regarding Nneka Ogwumike, who will play against the Sparks for the first time. She signed with Seattle in the offseason. The Sparks moved on from both Ogwumike and Jordan Canada after not making the playoffs last season. They finished 9th, and they're currently in 9th behind the Chicago Sky, and the Sky lost Elizabeth Williams over the weekend to a season-ending injury, so they're vulnerable, and LA is making its move to try to get up. Top 8 make the playoffs in the WNBA. It'll be a very interesting matchup here, and it's a Commissioner's Cup game, as all of these are at this point of the season. That's very similar to the in-season tournament, and they get money for this, so point differential matters, and that's going to go a long way into why we like the Seattle Storm laying 10.5 points at home. But let me continue on here breaking down this matchup before we get into the final pick. Dearica Hamby's been playing well for LA, and she was key against the Aces. They beat the Aces 96-92 at home, and have won consecutive games for the first time this season. They only won consecutive games no, they won a couple of consecutive games a couple of times last season, but never more than 3 except for once under 2-time WNBA head coach of the year, Kurt Miller, who's in his 2nd season. And so this is a huge game for them in terms of maintaining momentum, but it's also big for Seattle, which also defeated Las Vegas last week. And they were called a super team by the Aces after going into Las Vegas and really dismantling a team that's still shorthanded. They're missing some key players and are really putting things together. So Becky Hammon has her work cut out for her, but obviously the 2-time defending champions should be just fine after the Olympic break. But Seattle is making its move. They added Ogwumike and Skylar Diggins-Smith in the offseason, and now are really reaping the rewards of that. As McGregor is playing, or McGregor is playing really well in the middle. And, at this point, she is a star. Jewel Lloyd is a star as well. And so they've got 4 really exemplary players to build around for Noe Quinn in her 4th season at the helm. Last season was the one season where Seattle missed the playoffs. I think that they will be a force to be reckoned with. And so we're going to lay the 10.5 or 11 points here in this matchup, in part because point differential matters in these Commissioner Cup games. So you see down the stretch where teams would normally lay their foot off the gas, and scoring late in possessions and not allowing teams to cut into deficits. And so I think that comes into play here. Seattle comes off an 83-64 loss to the Lynx that snapped a 6-game win streak. So they'll be feisty there. In their last 2 home games, they blew out the Washington Mystics 101-69 and the Phoenix Mercury 80-62. So back-to-back lopsided wins at home. 3-1 at home, 2-2 against the number. I think they'll move to 4-1 and cover this spread against the LA Sparks, which again will be much better here in the foreseeable future. Getting back Stevens and with girls like Rickea Jackson and Cameron Brink continuing to improve. So we'll see LA make its move, but not tonight. That's our free play here at the Wager Talk YouTube channel. Officially, we like the Seattle Storm covering 10.5 and beating the LA Sparks. Make sure you check out all of our deals here at Sports Memo and Wager Talk. We've got a great weekly special going on. There's always something to take advantage of. You can buy a 3-day package from me by using coupon code TM30day, and that saves you $20 off of that. I'm big into international soccer, and we've got friendlies going on this week with Euro 2024 beginning at the end of the week. Copa America comes up next week. Obviously, the NBA Finals are still going. So plenty to get in on. And MLB, I'm on a bit of a heater. So join me for money making. And obviously, the WNBA will be involved in that. It's a 3-game card tonight. So I will have other plays up as well. But here's the freebie. It is the LA Sparks losing to Seattle. So we're laying the points with the Storm, 10.5, 11, depending on where you shop. Thanks again for joining the Wager Talk YouTube channel. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe so you never miss a video. I'm Tony Mejia for SportsMemo.com, wishing you a wonderful day.